On Wednesday, August the 16th, you have a specific recollection of having a conversation with your mother?
I remember it was in her room, and it was Wednesday afternoon, early evening.
What did you say to her?
I remember telling her that there were going to be some changes with regards to Eric living in the house, possibly even going to live with me at Princeton. She wasn't understanding this. I had to explain, and I said that Dad was doing things to Eric, that I had found that out. And she said, "What things?" And she got very angry, and I said, "Things," and she just exploded. All I remember is she saying that Eric's lying.
Why did you think that your mother was going to help you?
I just felt that my mother had been basically trying to get rid of me and wished I was never born. And so here was an opportunity to alienate my brother and I by simply just telling my dad, "Let that idiot kid go and forget about him, it's not worth it," and see a chance to cause a rift, which would basically serve my purpose, which was to try and get my dad to say it's okay for Eric to leave and this will end. I really felt like she would help me in regards to that. And it wasn't like Mom helps me and so I go to Mom for help. She had definite things that were in her interest that she expressed. And one of them was to get rid of me, and I assumed Eric also. I just felt it would be in her best interest. I thought that she could do something or conceivably make the decision and just tell my dad, "Hey, I don't care how much you love your son, I'm not going to let him fuck with my life. You stop this, let it go."
So you're telling me that you went to your mother, not for help, but in order to give her an excuse to get rid of you.
She would never have gotten rid of me in that way, but essentially in her mind I felt it would be a very simple decision. She would say, yes, let Eric go off with Lyle, and basically hope that she wouldn't have to deal with us. She couldn't think of anything greater than to have Eric out of the house.
So you thought this through very carefully, that you could go and provoke your mother into a negative response which would aid in your scheme to help yourself and your brother.
I wouldn't say provoke. I just assumed it would be exactly what she wanted.
Why did you think your mother would act predictably when you have indicated that she always acted unpredictably?
She was totally unpredictable, but the one thing she was consistent is her seemingly hatred and resentment of myself and disregard for basically my brother and I. That was, plainly obvious, and I think to anybody that was around us more than likely would be plainly obvious. That never changed. The tantrums, the rages, the chasing me, around or whatever, that might be so, but her feelings toward us certainly were the same.
I believe you indicated when you spoke with your mother that she told you she wasn't going to talk to your father.
Coming toward me and saying basically that I was going to have to deal with my dad. She wasn't going to talk about it, and I couldn't get her to stay and talk about it, and so she left, and I just left.
So you carefully planned out how you were going to approach your mother and what you thought her reaction would be, and that it would enable you to somehow leave with your brother.
Yeah, it didn't take much planning. It was just basically a thought that I had. I really thought it was obvious that she was going to help. I was shocked that she was not.